Good afternoon, everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm Stacey Van Dyke, and it's another beautiful day outside. And it sounds like we'll have one more before we get hit with some more snow. Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson is here with details. Hutch?
Yeah, we have to take what we can get this time of the year as we're enjoying a nice little thaw in this month of January here, as we have temperatures that are close to freezing. Along that white line there, that's where things are above freezing and points to the right. Look at Mobridge, 44, 41 in the Bismarck area. Temperatures in the teens in northwest Minnesota as we head into the evening. In Fargo, it's 29. Devils Lake, the mid-20s. Here's a look at the radar. Once again, similar to yesterday, another fast-moving a small little weather system working its way into northwest Minnesota tonight. That's where the best chance will be of a few flakes coating the roads with an area of slippery. For us, we have low clouds and some areas of fog out there. We definitely have just at least a little bit of haze. Steady temperatures in the evening hours. Wind from the southwest not too strong in Fargo. First alert weather day Friday. We have a lot of updates to talk to you about, and let's get you to the timeline first and foremost. Thursday night, we'll have snow beginning in the Devils Lake Basin after 10 o'clock at night. Then by the morning hours, many will have snow falling. There will be impacts first thing in the morning in that Devils Lake Basin in northeast North Dakota. For the Southern Valley and the rest of us, all of us will have wind and blowing snow and impacts for that Friday night commute. I'll have hour-by-hour details on that, but suffice it to say, over 6 inches of snow for many will be on the way. Get those shovels ready, and I'll have your forecast, Stacey, in a few moments.
All right. Thanks so much, Hutch. Breaking news for you this afternoon. A missing 14-year-old girl has been found. The Cass County Sheriff's Department says Mackenzie Harris has been found by a law enforcement agency in Minnesota. She hadn't been seen since Sunday in North Fargo. Authorities are working with the agency for Mackenzie's safe return to Cass County. They say that investigation is ongoing. There's another investigation into a top staff member at Cass Human Services, but details are scarce. A Cass County administrator confirmed today that Economic Assistance Manager Sidney Schock was placed on paid leave because of a grievance filed against him last week. Several sources close to the matter tell Valley News Live he was escorted out of the building yesterday. It comes amid another ongoing investigation into 3 other employees. Valley News Live is in the process of filing an open records request in this case, and we'll continue to bring you updates as we learn more. New for you here at 4, the man accused of gunning down a couple and their unborn child will undergo a competency evaluation ahead of his next hearing. The court ordered Anthony Reese to get a competency and criminal responsibility evaluation at the North Dakota State Hospital before he goes back to court on March 16th. Reese was charged with 2 counts of murder and the murder of an unborn child after the shooting on November 17th, where police say Reese was taking revenge after having been let go from his job. Reese faces spending the rest of his life in prison.
Rollover accident. There's 2 occupants in a vehicle. The caller got them unbuckled but was not able to get them out of the vehicle.
Slick roads made for a number of crashes in the valley this morning. Authorities are investigating a rollover on Highway 2. That call came in just after 9 this morning. Multiple crews were sent to the scene near mile marker 322, just west of Grand Forks between Niagara and Larimore. Our team is working to get an update on the condition of those involved. We'll share any updates on our website, valleynewslive.com. It's been a day of cleanup, and one lane of I-29 northbound is still closed after a fire and hazmat situation. Highway Patrol says around 8:30 this morning near Reynolds, a driver noticed smoke coming from their trailer and pulled over. That's when they saw it was on fire. Highway Patrol says the load was hazardous material being hauled to Canada. The 2 people in the vehicle were not hurt. If you're heading north this evening, you can expect limited lanes open between exits 118 and 123. The man representing District 4B in Minnesota, including the towns of Dilworth, Detroit Lakes, and Holly, says he won't be running for re-election. State Representative Paul Marquardt has represented the district since the year 2000, and before that served as mayor and city council member for Dilworth. The DFL representative is currently the chairman of the Taxes Committee and served as chair of the Education, Finance, and Property Tax Committee. Minnesota Hospital is also feeling a staffing crunch with hundreds out sick or waiting for test results. As Kate Raditz reports, it's a familiar story rippling across virtually every industry.
Minnesota Department of Health Commissioner Jan Malcolm said that people could expect to see disruptions in multiple services as the more contagious Omicron variant continues to spread across Minnesota.
We're certainly talking with employers and businesses to be planning accordingly for significant percentages of the workforce to be out at any one time.
School districts are trying to preserve in-person learning as they experience statewide staffing challenges and students getting sick or being exposed.
What happens when you've got a third of or 2/3 of your class homesick? You can do teaching and learning with the other third that's there, but you've got to catch up everybody else who isn't there.
For the restaurant business, the winter months after the holidays are already challenging in Minnesota.
I think this is the hardest time that we've actually faced.
Restaurant owner Tim Niver says he could lose a restaurant soon.
The amount of people that are out for absences, plus the timing of the winter, plus the lack of the refunding of the revitalization funds, those things compound into a difficult scenario.
Metro Transit had 10% of its bus and light rail operators out sick on Tuesday.
But the biggest thing for customers is to continue to monitor rider alerts, information ahead of time to let folks know which trips are not operating so that they're able to make other arrangements or, on cold days, step back inside because it's going to be another 10 or 15 minutes.
Kate Raditz, WCCO 4 News.
Minnesota Governor Tim Walz today announced his intention to move $40 million from the American Rescue Plan to support state hospital staffing in Minnesota. He says the funds will cover the costs for providers, primarily registered nurses, who will work 60 hours a week for 2 months to care for patients at Minnesota's hospitals dealing with staffing shortages due to COVID-19.
Once we hit this peak, we should start to come down relatively quickly. That's why the triage situation, that's why we are in a state of emergency in our hospitals, and that's why we're taking this action to make that move.
The governor also announced the Minnesota Department of Health will waive licensing fees and restrictions to add new beds in hospitals or nursing homes, allow nursing homes to reactivate beds they'd previously left vacant, and allow nursing homes to more easily move or transfer patients. The administration says they want to ensure that hospitals in Minnesota have more staff and resources to enable them to provide the best care possible during this COVID surge. A new alert about your tax refund. The Treasury Department warning of significant IRS delays this year. Due to the pandemic, they say the IRS is entering tax season already with a significant backlog, and the department is facing staffing shortages.
Over 6 million individual returns that have not been processed. IRS employees have to be in the building to process their paper returns. COVID, with the social distancing, restricting the employees in the building, it limits how many employees can work at one time.
Last year, fewer than 15,000 workers had to handle 240 million calls. The IRS's workforce is the same size as it was in 1970, with a budget nearly 20% less than 10 years ago. COVID has only increased challenges in the agency, especially for paper returns. Their suggestion is to file early and be patient. U.S. Senator Kevin Cramer took to the Senate floor today to recognize the NDSU Bison on their FCS championship win over the Montana State Bobcats.
It's just a remarkable thing to be able to represent this level of excellence. And I joined Senator Hoeven in saying, horns up, baby. Go Bison. Go Bison.
Senator Cramer went on to highlight the players' academic successes in addition to their athletic success, noting that the team holds a 3.4 grade point average, with 3 players on the team earning the team's highest ever GPA. Senators Cramer and Hoeven introduced a resolution to honor the Bison on their championship victory. Homeward Animal Shelter posted on social media that they're freezing their pet adoption fees due to a lack of space and an overwhelming number of animals in need. They say this season is usually slower, but right now they're overwhelmed. The promotion is going on until the end of January. Homeward Animal Shelter is charging just $25 for a cat adoption and $50 for a dog. We'll have much more on this tonight on Valley News Live at 5. And coming